Good morning, everybody. It's Katie. Today I wanted to talk about this awesome fembot I have living in my house. Her name is Alexa, and she's Amazon's Echo. And we have the Dot, not the tall one. And I wanted to talk to you today about how we use her and how she's made my life a little bit easier and how much I love her. I'm actually going to go grocery shopping soon, but come on inside and I'll show her to you. So here is my Alexa. And you see, as I say her name, she lights up this lovely luminescent blue with a hint of greenish. It's very aesthetically pleasing. Anyway, she is here to see what I need and what I want. Alexa, cancel. You probably will hear me refer to her as Fembot or as A, because anytime you say her name, she wakes up and she starts listening. It's kind of funny, actually. Sometimes we'll be sitting in the kitchen, or in the living room, and then all of a sudden she'll start talking, and I can't find that on the internet. And we're like, so she thought she heard her name, and so she's trying to be helpful, and it's a little weird. But anyway, so this is her. She is a Dot, as I mentioned earlier. The Dot is the smaller version. There's also a larger Alexa that's about that tall, and my parents actually have her, and she's awesome. They're the ones who started this whole thing. So I got Fembot for Christmas, and I have spent the last 10 months deciding on kind of how I feel about her. I liked it from the very beginning, but I wasn't sure what all I could do with her and would I really use it that much. And anyway, I wanted to share with you some of my favorite features. I'm certain this isn't all of them. They actually have a newsletter dedicated to what's new with Fembot. Actually, it's what's new with Alexa. Cancel. So anyway, there's all kinds of stuff going on, but one of the fun things that I like to do with her in the morning is either do the news or do music. And so, for example, the news would look a little something like this. Alexa, what's in the news today?
Here's your flash briefing. In NPR News.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Lakshmi Singh.
So after I have heard the news, and it just focuses on pretty much the big stuff that's happening around the United States. If I asked her for world news, she would also give me that. But then after the news, she finishes up with a little bit of weather and what's happening where we're at, which is nice because sometimes I don't like to open the curtains and let the world in just quite yet. So that's one thing that I like to do in the morning. The other thing that I really like is I have a Pandora account, which probably many of you do too. It also works for a paid Spotify account if you have that. I have her connected to all of my stuff, so when I tell her to play music, I can select playlist and she'll play it. So for example, Alexa, play Air One Radio on Katie's Pandora.
Getting your Air One radio station from Pandora. Air One Radio.
Alexa, increase volume. There we go. You can also manually turn the volume up and down. Right here, these little dots. Alexa, cancel. So I've got actually a couple different stations that I like and that we listen to fairly regularly when I am in the kitchen cooking breakfast. And they do have ads. Of course, Pandora, as you know, if you have a Pandora account, there are ads. And the other day, the ad came on and it was this ad for Tide, and it's this woman with this voice, and then there's a guy in the background saying tomato soup or something, and my 5-year-old goes, Alexa, skip! Cancel. So I'm like, sorry, honey, you can't skip that. It's an advertisement. And she's going, oh, what? My techie child. Anyway, so she knows how to start a playlist and play the music as well, because we both like listening to music in the morning when we get up. So the music is another fun one. There's also something kind of amusing. She has a sense of humor, so I like to ask her for jokes sometimes. So we're going to try a joke out. She comes up with new ones all the time, so I don't know, we'll see what she says. Alexa, tell me a joke.
What does spring sound like? Boing.
Okay, delayed reaction. It took me a minute to get that. This is a favorite as well. Alexa, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
A woodchuck would chuck about 700 pounds of wood on a good day with the wind at his back.
What? So you know that whoever made this and is programming this Fembot has got to have a sense of humor, because you know that some smarty pants is going to say, oh, how much, So, well, there she goes. She has an answer for you. Boom. So last but not least, and mostly the reason that I wanted to share with you guys my Amazon Alexa is cancel. The shopping list feature. If you link it to your Amazon account, you can actually tell her, hey, Fembot, order this, and she'll add it to your cart, and then she'll say, do you want to purchase it? And especially if it's a known item that you've ordered before, like protein powder, for example. We don't actually utilize that feature very often, but it's there. There's also shopping lists. And before, I always would write out my stuff on a piece of paper and then take it with me, or have to drive all the way back home when I left it at home, which happens when you have half a brain because you have children. So anyway, I love this feature, and I want to show you really quick how it works. I have opened my Amazon Alexa app on my phone. I've clicked up here and I've gone to lists, and so there are two lists. There's a shopping and a to-do. I don't utilize the to-do list in terms of a traditional to-do. I actually use it as a separate shopping list. So the shopping list is what we need from Costco. We have a Costco in a close by town that we go to a lot. And so shopping list is for Costco. So we've got on here everything that I'm going to need from Costco. And then the to-do list is actually everything else from the smaller stores, because there's a couple smaller stores that I go to. That way it's differentiated, so I'm not in Costco with everybody else in town trying to figure out, no, wait, Costco doesn't have that. I need to buy that at this store. So let me show you how she works really quick. So let's go over to shopping. Oh, I have wine on the list. Well, we'll add that again. Alexa, add wine to the shopping list.
Wine added to your shopping list.
Boom, wine again. And then, so, okay, I'm going to open this up and I realize I have wine twice, which is actually okay. But I'll go ahead and click on it and say delete. There's things that you can do with it. You can delete the item. You can actually move it over. So, for example, if my 5-year-old adds something to the shopping list that actually we get from a smaller store, I can just go in here and move it over to the to-do list. So there's definitely options. And also, the cool thing about this is if you take it grocery shopping, it will continue to work offline, and then it'll just sync itself when you get home and get back to Wi-Fi. One final question for my favorite little Fembot is, Alexa, how much does an Amazon Alexa Dot cost?
The top search result for Amazon Alexa Dot is Black Echo Dot. It's $53.61 total including tax. Would you like to buy it?
No, Alexa, cancel. So, not a bad price at all, and you could have your very own little Fembot who tells funny jokes. Okay, that's it. That's her. That's Amazon Alexa, the Dot, and I love her. She has made things, at least my shopping lists and, well, lots of other stuff, so much easier. I love her. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, you guys. I hope that you have a great day. If you like our videos, please click like. We would also love for you to consider being a subscriber and follow along with us as we do our life and just kind of be a part of it with us. We have a Facebook page. It's just the KT Files, and we also have a blog, familylifeandlove.org. So we would love for you to join us on one of those mediums. And so speaking of shopping, I am going to go shopping without any kids. Woo! Bye!